Okay, so here we are in exercise 12, and we're going to go over clipping masks just one more time just to make sure we have a good handle on how they work and just getting in some more practice using the pen tool as well. So if you guys remember from some of the other exercises that the clipping masks are like window frames that allow you to kind of frame visual content, and they are editable and we can redefine them after we make them. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new frame that is going to be my clipping mask for this image down here at the bottom. So we're just assuming that we've created a series of vector objects to create an illustrated scene, and now we want to frame that scene. So I'll go ahead and make sure I just have my stroke on so I can see how I'm framing this, and I'll create that frame. I'll choose V for my black arrow. I'll select all of the objects involved, and I'll right click and make a clipping mask. So even after I've made my clipping mask, I might decide that I want to rearrange some things. If I use my white arrow and I start to pull this frame around, you can see that it's revealing more of the objects beneath. I'll just go ahead and undo that. I'll use my black arrow and then double click within the clipping mask, and I can see I've selected this group of shapes. I can come in here, double click again, and start to move around individual objects. So I'll make this more of a setting sun. Maybe I'll make it on this side, and then to get out, just hit the escape key. Okay, so let's get in some practice with our pen tool. Let's do a nice tracing around the edge of this chess piece and then create a clipping mask and see if we can make this look like a standalone object. So I'll zoom in, hit P for my pen tool, and I'll hit D for default colors. I'll cross out the fill, and I'll begin to draw a vector path around this chess piece. I'll zoom in so I can get a little more accuracy with some of these curves. When I get to a corner, I can go back to that last anchor point and look for the corner icon and click once, and I'll convert that to a corner. I'll reset the direction handle on this one. I'm holding down on the Alt key while dragging the control handle. I'll release the mouse and then continue to add those vector paths. Alright, just about done. And when I get to the end, I'm going to hold down on the Alt key and pull out that control handle, release the mouse, and then release the Alt key. Okay, so now that I've created that custom outline, I'm going to utilize it as a clipping mask. So I'll select the image and the outline, right click, make clipping mask, and when I'm using the black arrow, I can actually size this. I'm going to go ahead and make that larger, and there we go. So hopefully that was some good practice using the pen tool again, and now we know that clipping masks can be very simple and very complex.